a couple of the animal moves, and eventually I want to give you a pack of 5 animal play, 2 of each, but some of them are quite a little bit more complex, so we'll go through them slowly. So let's just start off. Let's moderate our breathing and settle into being here. So breathing in through your nose and breathing out through your nose. Now when you breathe in, feel your body lifts up and feel the lifting happening from your feet upwards. It's like you're getting taller, 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 taller. And then sink down your knees and soft ankles as you come down. So breathing in, belly, ribs, chest. And breathing out. Breathing in, feel your body get longer, longer, longer from your feet up. And sinking. So have that sense of raising up your whole body, not just your arms. And then sinking back down towards gravity. In and out through the nose. Breathing to the belly, into the ribs, into the chest. Through the nose. So when we breathe in and out through the nose, we activate the release of nitric oxide, which is a vasodilator, so it opens your blood circulation, all the capillaries. It's giving you not just lots of oxygen, but lots of circulation of that oxygen. Last one. And down. All right, shake it out a little bit, and because it's cold and wet in most places, and it's even cold where Eric is living, so we can do it as well. So knocking up and down along where the ribs join onto the sternum. If you actually push back, you can actually feel those little joints move. Now, if you really stiffen these joints, because you never do anything like that, or you don't paint walls, then when you want to take a deep breath, you can't, because the ribs can't actually expand. They're too stiff in their joints. So a little knocks along those ribs, where the rib joins the sternum. Go one at a time. You can go with a really hard bang if you want to. I have a bit of sound equipment in here, so I can't knock too hard here. And as you're doing it, breathe in and breathe out through your mouth, because this is a place where a lot of kind of denser emotions can sit and get stuck. So it's quite nice to release them. So breathing in and out through your mouth. In and out. One arm up and knocking just underneath your clavicle, where your first and second ribs are. And it's also where your first and second lung points are. So we activate those, and especially when it's cold and wet and rainy, we want to keep the lung system and the immunity really strong. And then knocking down the front of your arm, knocking down over the lung meridian, pericardium meridian, coming back along the back of the arm, your triple heater, over the trapezius and over your C7, your last cervical vertebra as well, coming back. We'll do 3 of those. So in the front of the arm, your yin meridians, we've got lung, pericardium, and heart. In the back, we've got triple heater, small intestine, and large intestine. Large intestine comes right up to base of the nose. So it's very important when you've got stuffy nose and everything else that your large intestine meridian is flowing as well as the lung meridian. Right, check it out. And let's go to the other side. Your arm. Give quite a strong knock on here, because there's quite a lot of sort of stiffness in the first 2 ribs. They don't have the same expansion as you would have further down in the chest. So going down lung, heart, and pericardium, turn over, back, triple heater, large intestine, small intestine, over your trapezius, over your C7, back again, down you go. And they're lovely to do when you're cold and wake up in the morning. And if you're sick, you've got bronchitis, good stuff. Last one, back to the ribs, joining onto the sternum. And relax, good. Let's just release a little bit, and we're going to release any muscle tension, but also any mental tension or any emotional tension, just clearing whatever it is. Even if you don't know what it is, just that sense of, I just want to get rid of anything that's a bit heavy, I don't need. So we'll do arm drops, arms up. And as you drop, you're going to turn and bend your knees and then come up. Just start really slowly so you get that conscious movement of one arm in front, one arm behind. And it's going to be an in-breath through your nose and an out-breath through your mouth. So speed it up a little bit. Drop your shoulders. Just let them release. And we're releasing a lot of tension in the rhomboids, back of the shoulders behind. And relax. Good. Let's think about getting a little bit of movement through the ankle, knee, and hips. So hands on the little tiger's heads at the side. 80% of weight in your standing leg, 20% in the other one. And soak reeling, oiling the joints of your ankle. The ankle joints, but then also the long bones that go down to the toes. And there's some little short little bones just before the ankle. And then put your attention on the knee. The knee is a hinge joint, so it's got to round and round, but it's got to go backwards and forwards and a tiny bit of side movement. And then up to the hip. Hip is a ball and socket joint, so it's got a lovely circular movement pattern there. And change the direction. Think about the hip. Think about your knee. And then think about your ankle. And swap over. 80% of weight on one leg, 20% in the other one, slightly forwards. Drop your tailbone. Tuck your chin in, lift your head up to the sky, and off you go. So as we do these little small repetitive movements, the synovial membrane, which is the lining of the joint, secretes synovial fluid into the joint. And that's where the nourishment from the joint, for the joint, comes from. Think about the knee, hinge joint. Think about the ball and socket of the hip joint. And see if you can get a slightly bigger circle there. If you have a little bit less weight on the foot, that hip joint maybe can turn a little bit more. Change the direction, thinking about your hip, thinking about your knee, and thinking about your ankle. And shake it out. Good. Let's talk to the neck. So slightly wider, palms facing forward. Drop your bottom behind, spiral forwards, and as you come up, Dropping your tailbone, lifting your head up, and spiraling your thumb forwards there. In that position, just drop your head to the side. Let it slowly, slowly, slowly drop. Takes a little time for the fascia to ease up. And then in that position, on the diagonal, look up towards the roof or the sky. And then look down towards the ground or the floor in the opposite diagonal. And come up. Breathe in, breathe out, and drop your head to the side. Drop, drop, drop. And then look up behind you at an angle. And then forwards to the ground. Let your head drop. Let the heaviness, the weight of your head, ease your head a little bit further forwards and come back. Right, just wiggle there. Back of the hands facing forwards. Bend your knees, bottom goes behind. Hands come forwards, and now you're spiraling your little finger over there. Tuck your chin in, drop your tailbone. And ear to your shoulder. Your shoulders be relaxed there. And on a diagonal, look up the sky. And then look slowly down towards the ground. Coming back. Ear down to your shoulder. Now, if you've got any bad neck injuries, you've had any bad neck injuries, you may find this diagonal as you're coming up might make you a little bit dizzy, so don't push that. But the one coming forward should be fine for everybody. And relax. Right, take your hands behind. So we're opening our front of the shoulders. When you stretch through your pec minor here for forward shoulders, this is really nice to get a little bit more movement there again. And ear down to your shoulder again. Drop, 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 drop. And now once you're there, little circle with your chin. So we're easing into the sort of first and second joints of the cervical spine. That's where most of your rotation takes place. Just do it slowly, and you'll feel or hear a couple of crunches, which is fine because you're going to smooth it out over a period of time. Come back up. Breathe in and drop. And when you're stretching, it's quite nice to do an out breath through the mouth again, as we're letting go there. And come up. Good. Hands just under the last ribs. I'm going to do chi belt breathing. So as you breathe in, you're going to push your hands away from your body. And as you breathe out, your hands are going to follow your ribs as they go back again. We're going to be working the diaphragm hard. So as we breathe in and we push out, we're actually stretching the diaphragm. We get really lengthened. Some people have very small diaphragms, but if you do a lot of Qigong or yoga, your diaphragms will have twice the expansion of the average person who just sits at a desk. I hope you can hear me with all the rain on the roof. My house is actually leaking, so I'm hoping I'm not going to float away. Just breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the nose. Soften your knees. Breathing in. Try and breathe in for a count of 4. Breathe out for the count of 6. So a longer out breath is going to put you into parasympathetic, which is our rest and digest, tend and befriend side of our autonomic nervous system. Notice if one side of your diaphragm is stronger than the other or less expansive. And if that's the case, try and get a little bit more pressure in and make your diaphragm push out onto the side where it's weaker or where it's a little bit shortened. And see if you can get a little bit of extra expansion on the last bit of the breath. And relax. Good. Right, we're going to do some shaking. We haven't shooken for a long time. So really get your shoulders up and down, arms up and down. Nice shake through the knees, through the hips, and a bit of shake through the neck and the lumbar spine. Don't have to do it too fast, rather do it slowly and feel the range of movement you're getting, particularly at the low lumbar spine as it comes into the pelvis, often very stiff there. And because it's mostly winter and cold for us, we're going to do the lung sound. Remember the healing sounds. The sounds are healing, okay? So breathing in lung sound, and we'll do the sound for the physical component of the lung, which is with a Z. So we're going to go in. And relax. And you can feel that physical vibration going through your lungs, breathing in. Carry on, you can do more. Breathe in. And we're going to go on to the kidney sound. The kidney sound is like a steam train going up the mountain. So it's choo, or blowing a candle out. Choo. Choo. And relax. And maybe just do a blither, another one, and last one. And anything that wants to move in your body is going to move there. So the kidney sound we do to strengthen the kidney. The kidney takes a little bit of strain in winter when it's very cold. So the lung and the kidney are two of the organs you really want to keep strong during the winter. All right, we're going to go into a few of the animal movements. So in the beginning, not in the beginning, but in the way back after the beginning, there was a doctor who got a set called 5 Animal Play, and he did 2 movements for each of the different animals. We're going to do mostly one, except for bear, that's really easy, and then we'll work on the other 2, which are slightly longer as we go forwards with our classes. So the first one, tiger stretches his claws. So little hollow fist to start off with, just below the dantian, below the navel. And as you come up, turn and get your nice little tiger claws. Tiger's got quite a wide palm here, so coming up and stretching up. I've got a dog behind me here. And then as you get to the top, feel that you've dropped your tailbone, that your shoulder blades are lifting up, that your shoulders are opening, your elbows right all the way to your wrists and your fingers, and then spiral and spiral. And then come down, and as you get to the level of the clavicle, little hollow fist again, and down, softly bending your knees. So as you're coming up, you're pushing up and you're lengthening, you're lifting up from the feet all the way down. It's almost as if your claws are taking the rest of your body with you. Stretch through the shoulders, because you can't use your hands if your shoulders aren't loose. And then rotate. And coming down, hollow fists as you come down, bend your knees, sink your knees, straighten up, almost as if you're pulling your jersey up over your head. Feel as the fascia just loosens as you come up. Shoulders open, shoulder blades lifting up, elbows open, and now do your spiral when you're up there. Feel how that spiral goes right through your arms, right down into your lower trapezius, into your thoracic area, and down with the hollow fists again. Breathe in, rise up, lifting, shoulders lifting, tailbone dropping down, spiraling. And come down. Sinking down, when you say, think about sinking and lifting, coming up. Just the way we think about sinking and lifting, we think about coiling and uncoiling. And come down. Think about the tiger getting up early in the morning and just needing to, you could even put a little bit of a stretch through the side of your body as you do that, just very carefully making space between each vertebra, and you're putting a tiny little bit of a rotation on that as you do that, and come down and relax. So there's a guy that teaches, a Chinese guy that teaches Tai Chi in Australia, and he talks about the synergy of the spiral. That when we're just moving, that's just a two-plane movement, but when we're spiraling, we're actually moving through basically 3 spheres as opposed to just the 2. I can't get the quite word, but we're moving through 3 dimensions instead of 2. And you say that 3-dimensional movement is what really powers up the chi in your body when you move it that way. And I do believe that that is one of the differences with the Tai Chi exercises and the Qigong, is bringing in these spirals, and the fascia of the body is laid down in spirals. So we really, you think about a spring, you coil it and then let it go, and it springs out. So that's really what we're doing with a lot of our exercise. Okay, bear. So bear is not as fast as the tiger, and the exercise I think is brilliant for us is the rotating of the spine. So you can hold your little bare fists or hollow fists around about the level of the dantian. So we're keeping the pelvis still, and we're going to drop forwards, and we're going to drop the top of the body to the side and slowly to the back, and really feel that you're almost falling here, and then back to center. You can breathe in as you go back and breathe out as you come back, or the other way around. So we're going to breathe in, and as we come back, breathe out. And if you hear or feel clicking noises in your spine, that's normal, okay? Got little facet joints at the side of your spine, and sometimes they're not lined up perfectly, even anatomically. Up straight, and then we go into the other side. So hang forwards first, remember keeping your pelvis still there, and then the other way around, to the side, to the back. And as we're doing this, we're moving all the internal organs in the body because they're attached to the spine. So if we rotate the spine, and then we move all the organs as well. And if you're somebody who has a sitting desk job and you sit in one position all day, this is brilliant. If you do a lot of driving for you, it's brilliant. And then come up and relax. So I think in our kind of Western modern lifestyle that this is an exercise anytime. If you've had a long airplane travel, anything like that, get out and do it. Okay. So the other one that with Bear is Bear sways his body and his arms. And this, again, is going to get us a lot of movement through the pelvis, which sometimes we've lost. And guys generally have a little bit less movement through the pelvis than women. Okay. So we'll just take it slowly so we get it really accurately correct. So we're going to bring one leg forwards and the opposite arm just to give you balance as you do that movement. So lifting the one arm, bring the weight across here, and the other arm can be behind. So you've got a nice balanced position here. And then step forwards with this leg and a slight turn to the side with your foot. As your foot comes down, you bend onto that front knee and bring this arm forwards and look behind you. So you weight forwards and then you bring your weight back and you open up and you look to the opposite direction. So no flow. Weight forwards on your knee, looking behind, straighten the knee, come behind, looking to the other side. And feel that rotation going through your waist. Also a really, really good practice for your balance, especially when you do it slow. Try and get your arms at the same level as each other. So, and feel that swing coming through your shoulders as you do it, as you relax into it, as you feel more comfortable with the movement. Feel that you're a bear, you've got these big, heavy arms. And come forwards. Right, opposite one. So weight onto one leg, opposite. You're going to lift this one. So opposite arm forwards, one arm back. So lift, step forwards. As you bring your toe down, bring that arm up and look in the opposite direction. Look behind. You might find one side is much easier to do than the other. Straighten your leg to the opposite side. Breathe in and then breathe out as you change. Breathe in, weight forwards, weight back. Weight forwards, bend your knee, weight back, straighten your knee. Weight forwards, bend, weight back. Do two more. So this is a lovely exercise to follow the one where the bear, as in Chinese, they don't say arse, they say they rotate. After rotating your spine, this is a lovely one to do, to going through the pelvis and come back. Right, bear related to the earth. So we'll do deer. So we'll just do one deer one this evening. So our deer antlers, little finger, index finger and thumb are out and the other fingers are curled in. So we're going to stand both arms at the level of your clavicle here, all right? And just come back. And we're going to step forwards with the opposite leg, okay? So we're going to come up, heel down. As the toe goes down, your arms are coming round. Closest, this back arm is going to stick into my waist there. It's going to come in here. And this one is going to come over. So the hands are facing each other. So it's called deer's colliding antlers, okay? So we're going to come, this is a long stretch from your hand all the way down to the leg, the heel. And as you're here, you're going to look behind at your back heel and come back. Right, let's try it again. So both hands facing the same direction. Step to the opposite direction. So breathe in, step out and heel down. And as you bring your knee down and your foot is slightly out there, bring your arms round, elbow into your side, this one over your head. Look behind you again, very good for balance. And come back. Let's do the other side. Stretch your fingers. Right. Go. Weight to the same side as your hands. Lift up, put your heel down, turn, push your weight forwards and bring your arms over, elbow into your side, this one over your head, and look at your back heel. Keep your balance. Come back. Right. Let's do 2 more of those to each side. Antler positions for your hands. Weight goes across, lift up, heel down, turn your toe 45 degrees, elbow into your waist, and over you go. Look behind, see if you can see your back heel of the behind foot and come back. Other side. And don't worry about the breathing so much. Breathe as you feel easy at the moment. Okay. Lift up, step forwards, turn your foot, come around, elbow into your side, antlers face each other, but stretch right through your shoulder here, down to the leg on the same side, and keep your balance and watch that back heel and come back and relax. Right, 1 more to each side. So here, go. Antlers, weight onto the side, lift, step, turn as you put your foot down, elbow into your side, and around you go. Coming back. Last one. Lift, turn, stretch. Look at your back heel, keep your balance. Coming back and relax. Good, it's a nice one. It's a little bit complex, but it's very good for balance. Right, monkey raises up. So monkey, it's quite an easy one, but it's very good for balance as well. Monkey, we're going to have little hollow fists here. And I'm going to come up. And right above the head and down. And now we're going to do the real one. You could just come up actually now as far as your clavicles here. So just come up as far as this. And when you're here, you're going to lift off your heels. So you're standing on your forefoot there. And in that position, you're going to turn to look in one direction. I guess monkey's got some fruit there. And he's just checking that nobody's coming to steal it. That side. And the other side. The other side. And down and relax. Breathing in, pulling up, lifting up onto your toes. If you can't keep your balance on the toes, it's also okay if you just walk around as you turn. So monkeys don't really stay still very often. So it's also quite a nice balance and quite a nice, actually feels quite nice to move along your branch as you're turning your head here. And relax. And again, up we go. Once you're here, shift your weight forward. So you're lifting your bubbling spring here. Monkey's got a lot to do with the heart, okay? On the side. We'll do 2 to each side. 1 more. And down you come. Good. Right, these animal play exercises are very strengthening. Next one, we're going to do bird stretching. And first of all, the bird's going to stretch right up to the sky, stretching his wings and coming down. And then the bird's going to go out to the side with his arms and not his arms, with his wings. And as he does that step forward, put your weight on the front foot. And now if you're really strong, then you're going to lift the back leg off here as you do your flying. If you're not, your balance isn't brilliant, just put that foot behind, sink down on this knee and just fly. You fly 5 times. If you can have that leg lifted off while you're flying, slightly bent leg, you're most welcome to do that too. Bring your body right forward. 3, 4, 5. Coming back and up you go. Bird stretching his wings all the way out. As you come down, step forwards, weight on the front leg, bring your body forwards, back leg as far as you can or lift it and fly. 1, 5 times. 2, 3. And come back. Off we go, stretching up. That would be an in-breath, that would be an out-breath. Stepping forwards, bend your knee, bring your body forwards, lift your back leg if you can, or keep it on the ground, and fly. Let your head be in line with your neck. Don't do an extension of your head there. Look at the ground. You're flying, you're looking at the landscape beneath you. And come back. And breathe in. And breathe out. And open up, step forwards, and fly. Try, if you haven't lifted your leg up behind, try and just let your toes be on the ground. As you bend forward, see that your knee is over your second toe, not going out to the side. Come back, last one. Stretch up and down. Step forwards, weight onto your front leg. Bend forwards. Head looking down at the mountains and sea as you fly. Also great for your balance. Put a beautiful, soft expansion of your wings as you're flying. And come back, relax. Whew, good, quite hard work. And we haven't even done the second movement of each animal. So if you did that 5 animal play every day, you'd be very, very strong and fit. Okay, last 2 we want to do embrace tiger, return to the mountain. So it's a bend of the knees, so the bottom going back, so your arms go out, back of the hands come together, so you come up, shoulder level push forwards, and then all the way around. So the first half of the movement is the embracing of the tiger. Second half of the movement, return to the mountain. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. This part of the movement. The tiger is about your strength and your courage. Return to the mountain. You're making this Wei Qi circle of immunity strong around you. So it's almost as if you're tracing out, this is my healthy space around me. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And return to the mountain also is about your inner peace. Return to the mountain. The sages always went to the mountains to find wisdom and sometimes where to go in life. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in all the way around. And then as you come up, Bring your hands up to your shoulder level, soft shoulders. Drop your tailbone, tuck your chin in. And we're going to do a movement called pull the heavens down in the 6 directions. So as you're standing here, just see if your shoulders can open a little bit. Feel a little bit more space between your shoulder blades. See if your elbows can open. Your wrists, thumb, palm, your palm opens a little bit. All your fingers. And then breathe out and turn. So feel that your spine is lifted. Drop your tailbone, tuck your chin in. And then feel how your rhomboids are opening. So stretching between the spine and the attachment onto the shoulder blades. Open your shoulders, your elbows, your wrists, your fingers. A little bit more movement there, and then up to the sky. Turn to face forwards. And here what you're looking at is lifting your scapula or your shoulder blades up the ribs and go up, 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 up. Drop your tailbone, tuck your chin in, and reaching up, opening through the shoulders, stretching that shoulder capsule, your elbows, your hands. And now slowly let your hands float down. On the substance of the air, you can actually feel it's quite heavy coming down. Breathe in, arms up. Breathe out, front and back. Breathe in to the sky and turn. Keep your tailbone dropped and slowly sink your hands down. You may feel a little bit of tingling of your hands. That's great. Breathe in. Breathe out and turn up to the sky. Turn and down. Last one, breathe in. Soft shoulders, sink your tailbone. Breathe out. Breathe in. Up to the sky. And now you're going down, you're pushing down towards the earth. And when you get just below your belly button, pop your hands under your lower dantian. Feet a little bit closer. Close your eyes. And just a minute or two, being the wind in the bamboo. So the wind is moving you rather than yourself. So we've moved a whole lot of energy. We've conjured up some energy of the body. We've woken it up, moved it, shifted it to different parts of the body. So this is a lovely time for it to just settle before we head out into whatever else our night or our day is going to hold for us. Feel your feet rooted. Just become aware of any sounds, either inside your body or outside of you. Feel the temperature of the air on your skin, touch of your clothing. Allow your jaw muscles to soften. Back of the head where it attaches to neck. Allow those muscles to soften. Shoulders soften a little. Tailbone drops as it softens. Space between your eyebrows just widens a tiny bit. Imagine there's a very light sunshine falling on your face. Let's soften your face into a gentle smile. And slowly drop your hands down and open your eyes. And thank you for doing Qigong on this rainy Sunday.